All right, I'm on my way up right now to go meet Jeff and Brad, two buddies that are gonna hop on the boat and help me take her on down to West Palm. I am super excited for this trip. This will be the first time I've done a guy's trip in a while, and first time on the boat. The goal for us is to head on straight to West Palm, and Katy's gonna go down to Jacksonville, where she's gonna it's kind of like the halfway mark. So if we hit some bad weather and need to pull into St. Augustine, she'll be able to meet us there. But once we pass St. Augustine, she's gonna head on down to West Palm Beach and meet us there. But it's gonna be a fun trip, I think. Walking up there right now, and I'm excited. Let's get this going. What's going on?
What's going on?
You guys ready to be YouTube stars?
Oh yeah.
After a night of catching up with Jeff and Brad, we headed out first thing the next morning. We spent the first hour getting them accustomed to the chart plotter, autopilot, and the steering system so they had a basic understanding of boat operations.
Yeah, so see, like there's a good example right there. We're still showing 40 feet. Now it should drop, because I think they kind of dredge here to keep it from washing ashore. So we should be good. You always just want to monitor it. Yeah, and that's what I was trying to avoid. Yeah. I mean, join back in, and then once we get in here, we'll stay in the channel, because it does start getting, you get shoaling over in the side. And this is when they dredge, they fill up these big old barges, and then they take the barge out here and they drop it off to the side. So these could always change. I think we might have a good sunrise.
As soon as we pulled out of the harbor, we had moderate southerly winds, which made for a fabulous day of sailing. As soon as we left the harbor, we were all on Dolphin Watch. I knew we were likely to see some, as it was the perfect time of day for them to be moving around looking for food. And they did not disappoint. We saw the largest pod I had seen thus far. That evening, the weather changed from pleasant to downright nasty. We were leaving Charleston right as a cold front was coming through, and I knew we were likely to see some unpleasant sailing conditions. The winds picked up significantly higher than what the forecast showed, and we maxed out at 58 knots of wind, which was more than I had seen yet. We survived the night, but the storm took its toll on us all. After fighting my worst case of seasickness ever, we decided to pull into St. Augustine for a break to relax and recharge. We crossed under the Lions Bridge, which was my first time having to radio in to have a bridge raised just for us. It was a pretty cool experience. St. Augustine is a beautiful small town whose claim to fame is being the oldest city in the United States. Founded in 1565 by the Spanish, it is the oldest continuously occupied settlement of European origin. It would be the capital of Spanish Florida for over 200 years until it was ceded to the British after the 7 Years' War. It would change hands back to the Spanish before being ceded to the still relatively new United States in exchange for absolving Spain of debts owed. The next morning, we detached from the mooring ball, went through the Lions Bridge a second time, and back out into the ocean. The forecast called for almost no wind, so we knew we had a full day of motoring ahead of us. After the intense winds and waves 2 days prior, I think we were all perfectly fine with motoring in what would be very calm seas. As we headed further south, we crossed into an area known for seeing the endangered right whale. The right whale migrates in the winter from the cold waters of the north to the warmer waters of the Florida coast to give birth. The guys and I were on high alert for any signs of one of them. After hours of scanning, we spot signs of something floating on the surface of the water. We changed course to try and get a closer look. Unfortunately, it was just a discarded Christmas tree. We kept looking, but unfortunately would not see one that day. After a full day of motoring, we arrived at the entrance of West Palm around 9 p.m. We motored past Peanut Island, which we'll have to check out later as it's known to be a good spot to see manatees, and we found a nice open area to drop anchor. The guys would head to the airport the next morning to go back home. It was definitely an adventure getting here from Charleston. We had some scary moments with the storm, but also a lot of fun, I think. Thank you, Brad and Jeff, for coming out. It was good having you two on the boat. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy the videos, and we'll see you on the next one.